everyone, welcome to PUC Online Classroom. So today we're going to start a new Unit 9, Relationships. So before we uh, go further, so let's take a look at the lessons that you have to study in this unit. So we have 4 lessons, A, B, C, D, okay? So in this lesson A, we're going to focus on relationship behaviors. All right. So what kind of relationship is happy one or the sad one? All right. Expressions with infinitives. We focus on the grammar. And in lesson B, we're going to apologizing. So probably we learn to say sorry. Okay. And we also learn how to accept an apology. Okay. If somebody says sorry to us, then we can forgive it and forget that. Okay. Lesson C, we're going to focus on another grammar, which is about inseparable phrasal verbs, or you can say two-part verb or three-part verb. Okay. Modals for spectaculating is also a grammar point as well. So we will talk more about that. And the last lesson, which is about reading and writing. Okay. So we will go through from A to D. So let's start with form up a little bit. Okay. If you take a look at these 4 pictures, you probably can see that there are so many different kinds of relationship. All right. So look at the first picture between the two right here. um, it seems like they're sharing, right? And so this is a fence, and this from one side and she's another side. All right, but it seems like they're sharing, and look at that. It seems like they are happy, talking, sharing. And if you take a look at these 2 kids right here, they're fighting for this kind of games. If I'm not mistaken, this is a joystick. PS2, I guess. Yeah, this one is PS2. You can say PlayStation 2. And ladies, maybe you don't, but guys, probably you know what it is. Okay, so they're fighting. As you know that, right? Kids love fighting in order to get things or what they want. All right. And look at this, it's about maybe friends, or I don't know exactly. Yeah, but they have a cup of coffee right here, and they share talk together. It seems like they enjoy talking. And the last picture, which is about a chef, right? So they are working together. It's like a team. Okay, but they are happy. Look at their face. Okay, so I think we know exactly what the answers are. Okay, so because right here we're going to number the pictures. The first one, we have brother and sister, neighbors, co-workers, and friends. So as you can see right here, the first picture, all right here. So she is another side and he is another side. So we can simply say that is they are neighbors. All right, neighbors. And look at these 2 kids for sure, brother and sister, which is number 1, right? And number 3, co-workers. It must be this picture because they share some kind of cooperation. All right, working together as a team. And last one right here, number 4, is picture. Okay, picture number 4, sorry, picture number 3 is friends, so they share talk together. Okay, so this is about relationship, and some of them are happy with that kind of relationship that they are holding. Okay, except this picture. All right, the 2 are fighting. Okay, but anyway, when we were young, we fight for our favorite item, right? I think you did the same thing. All right, so let's go to the first lesson, lesson A, healthy relationships. So when you take a look at the title right here, it's something positive meaning, right? Because we use the word healthy. That relationship, that kind of relationship is very, very healthy, very strong. It cannot be broken easily. All right. So before we focus on this, so let's start with the first activity. Let's learn something about relationship behaviors. Match the words and the sentences, then listen and check your answers. You can check your answers later by listening to this audio, okay? But let me explain a little bit about all of these words. So let's begin with the first one is apologize. Yeah, so I think you happen to hear the word apologize almost everywhere when somebody make mistake and he or she knows that it's about his or her mistake, then he or she has to apologize, has to say sorry. Okay, argue is about having different ideas. All right, conflict. Your friend loves this, but you don't. Okay, for example, and then you keep fighting in terms of ideas, not fighting hands by hand. All right. Okay, so you just have different ideas or conflict ideas. Communicate, you know that. Okay, compromise is like this. Okay, when two friends are fighting in terms of their ideas, all right, they have one certain idea but both of them disagree, and they are, having conflict. Okay, so to compromise is like to try to make them understand or forgive each other, all right, and to agree or to have them agree with a certain idea, that the idea cannot be always, I mean, right or wrong. Okay, so we need to learn how to adjust the answer. So if you compromise, it's just like you try to have them. Okay, you try to split them, so you try to stop them, make sure that you don't let them fight in terms of their different ideas. Okay, there's compromise. Another situation compromise, you can say two people are fighting and then you try to stop them. Okay, criticize, you know that is about blaming for some kind of reason. All right, most of the time it's about negative. Yeah, forgive. All right, forgive is about learning how to accept the apology. Okay, for example, if you make mistake, all right, and then your friend say, okay, that's okay, I will forgive you. All right, so that is the way how you accept the apology. Okay, because you don't want to have, you know, more problems. You just want to end your problems, so you have to forgive your friend or somebody. All right, number 7, gossip. Gossip is, you know that, right? Gossip, um you love to talk about someone behind. Okay, I think a lot of people love to talk about the other, right? Yeah, you even talk about your friends, okay, your family, and sometimes your boyfriend or girlfriend too, right? Yeah, so people love gossiping, I know that, but sometimes it is not good. All right, yeah, you might bring yourself some kind of problem, so please do not try that if you keep or you love gossiping. Okay, judge is the person who tells us whether we are right or wrong. This is a judge. And lie to someone, I think is not telling the truth, and lying is not always bad. All right, because some people lie for some kind of reasons, some other lie to make an excuse, the other lie not to make someone feel bad, so we call white lie, just an example. But let me tell you one piece of statistic about lying. One day, one person, not really one person, I mean average person, I consider to be one person, likes 7 times a day. It's just an average. Okay, so 7 times a day. Okay, one person likes. So what about you? How many times do you lie a day? All right, so you can ask yourself, but this is from one statistic, one research, and I happen to read that text, and I know that 7 times a day is amazing. I don't even know that, they spend, you know time lying to somebody 7 times a day. Is pretty hard. I cannot believe it. Okay, so that's it for this vocab, everybody, and in order to find out the answers, you can listen. All right, but you can try to match first. After listening to my explanation, you can try to match first, and then you can listen and check your answer later. All right, and I will give you the audio track so that you can listen and check the correct answer. All right, okay, so now let's go to number 2, language in context. So this is about the tip, relationship tips. Maybe you don't know how to take care of your relationship. All right, so here are some tips that can help you, all right, to last your relationship longer or forever. Okay, and take a look at this activity. What you have to do right here: read the relationship tips. Why is it a bad idea to criticize someone in front of others? Right, so do not go to this part yet, but let's talk about this question. Why is it a bad idea to criticize someone in front of others? So do you love to criticize someone in front of other people or in front of your friends? Yeah, I think it can be bad, it can be good, but if it is bad, I can simply say that you don't save his or her face. You just talk the negative things about your friend in front of the other, and it's just like you are the best or you are much better. Okay, sometimes it is good, I can simply say, because maybe this can remind the person, all right, uh, him or herself, about their own mistake, so later they can adjust, they know how to say, they know how to behave. Okay, all right, so let's go to the 5 tips for happy and healthy relationships. First one: it's important to talk. I don't know what kind of talk. It's good to communicate openly and listen carefully to others. All right, make sure that you listen to the other, do not just talk. Okay, and make sure that you can accept somebody else about you yourself, because sometimes you just talk about negative things of the other people, but you don't want to listen to other people about yourself. Okay, so you have to be open-minded. Number 2, it's not a good idea to criticize someone in front of others. This can embarrass the person. Yeah, I explained a little bit earlier. It can be yes, it can be no, all right? It depends. Number 3, it's helpful to compromise in any relationship. It's not good to argue about little things. Yeah, if you want to last your relationship longer, if you want to have forever relationship, then you should, learn how to forgive and forget that. All right? It can be boyfriend and girlfriend. It can be husband or wife. Okay? So if you just care much about little things, then you will have a lot of problems along the way in your whole life. So it is a good idea to forgive that and forget that. All right? Number 4, it's good to forgive someone who apologizes. It's not easy to say you're sorry. I don't know. It depends. Because people were different. Sometimes you already say sorry, but he or she does not forgive you at all, and maybe he or she still mad at you. All right, but you just try your best. If that is really your own mistake, then you just say sorry. That's it. You can apologize sincerely to him or her. All right, if you made mistake. And sooner or later he or she will understand that, and he or she will forgive you. Okay, last point, number 5: if you have a problem in a relationship, it's helpful to discuss it. Don't keep things inside. Yeah, I think the problem comes from the way you don't talk, the way you don't share, the way you hide it. All right, so if you keep your problems inside more and more, sooner or later it will be exploded. All right, and then you cannot stand it, so you will end up the relationship and you will walk out. So the idea is talk or tell the person or that person. It can be your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, all right, about how or what you feel. If you just love to hide it, to keep it, then it's pretty hard. Okay, I think you have a lot of experience with this kind of thing, and yeah, I don't need to give more explanation regarding to this point, right? You might be much better, okay, in terms of that kind of relationship. Alright, so let's move to the next, which is about grammar, expressions with infinitives. So right here, it is a form. We have one form, okay? So we use infinitive after it's an adjective. So it means that we use it plus adjective plus to plus verb, okay? To plus verb. So for example, right here, it's good. Good is an adjective. Then we have to give that is infinitive. So we say it's good to forgive someone. It's not good to argue. It's important to talk. It's never helpful to judge someone. Okay, and you can also use a noun phrase. Okay, you don't need to use an adjective alone. You can use a noun phrase. You can use, or you can also use infinitive after it. All right, plus a noun phrase. Just an example right here. It is a good idea to accept an apology. Okay, and a noun phrase is a good idea. It's not a good idea. It is an important idea. All right, it is a good way. All right, so this is about noun phrase. But after noun phrase or adjective, you can use to infinitive. Actually, you can use many different ways, but in this lesson we want to focus on infinitive, so that you can use adjective and infinitive or noun phrase with infinitive. Okay, it is a good idea to accept an apology. It's not a good idea to criticize someone. Okay, all right, so let's go to exercise A. So you don't need to do it, so I will walk you through this one. Okay, and maybe we cannot go to number 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we just only focus on number 3. So let's see the first one. All right, so let's take a look at the instruction a little bit in order to find out what you have to do. Circle the infinitives for the best relationship advice, then compare with a partner. Okay, so I will go through based on my own ideas or advice, and you probably also agree with me. All right, let's start with the first one. It's important to lie or to communicate in relationship. Okay, so you might think about that. I think it's the answer is to communicate. You know exactly, right? You cannot lie all the time. Okay, so you cannot become a liar. Number 2, it's helpful to share or to forget your feelings when you have a problem. Mm-hmm. It depends. If you want to forget that, then you can forget it. If you want to share it, then you can share it. All right. We can have possible answers right here. I think we can pick up two of them together. Okay, because people are different, and you might agree to share, or you might agree to forget. Okay. To me, to be honest with you, I love to forget that. Yeah, I would go to forget that. All right, and I don't love to share my own problem. To be honest with you. Okay. Maybe I am that kind of person who doesn't like sharing my own personal feelings. All right, so I love to forget. I know that it's not good, but that's the way I am. All right, but in this case, number 2, we can choose both of them. All right, we can choose both of them, and it's up to you. Number 3, it's nice to gossip or to think about other people before making decisions. Yeah, I think we can see that gossip is negative, all right, so that we should not try that. So the answer is should be to think. Okay, yeah, I think I also, you know, choose to gossip, but we know that it's not good, it's negative, but I don't know why people keep doing that. Okay, even me sometimes. All right, so maybe it's a habit, or maybe it's fun, people enjoy sharing something new. Okay, so that's why they love to hear something like gossip. Okay, but the answer right here, everybody, is to think do not try to gossip. We need to be in a positive way, all right, in a positive mind. Okay, number 4, it's a good idea to judge new people or to meet new people. I think the first time, it depends. All right, people judge other whenever they see the first time, or maybe they judge people when they see the way they dress, all right, their appearance, the materials they use, for example, phone, cars, things like that. Okay, to me, it's a good idea to meet new people. Why? Because we can see many different things. We can learn many different things from new people. As you can see, new people bring us new experience, new lessons in life. Okay, new opportunities as well. So I prefer to meet, not to judge. And number five, it's useful to discuss or to accept problems. So when it comes to problem, I think we should discuss. All right, problems. If it is about my own problems, mostly I would try my best to do by myself. I would not ask somebody for help, uh, unless I cannot. All right. So if I cannot, then I will find someone who can help. But mostly I will go to my family. And yeah, so in this answer, we should go to discuss. All right. Last one, number six. Um, it's not a good idea to argue or to compromise with your friends a lot. Yeah, I think the answer we know exactly. The answer is to argue. We should not have different ideas with our friends, not only friends but also family, boyfriend or girlfriends, right? Yeah, so the answer is to argue. Okay, I think that's it for number 3A, and let's go to number 4 a little bit right here before I end the lesson. So in part B, complete the sentences with your own ideas, use expressions, then discuss them, so that you can come up with your own expression with it plus your expressions. You can say first one, to be a reliable friend. You can say it is helpful to be a reliable friend. All right, it is helpful, so I use adjective. Or maybe you can come up with a noun phrase like this. You can use the expression like, it is a good idea to be a reliable friend. All right, so you can do number 2, 3, 4 by your own. Okay, and I think that's it for this lesson, everybody. Thank you so much for your attention and your participation. And if you have question, everybody, please leave your question in a comment below, or you can go to our Telegram group chat. That's it for today. Thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye.